maybe in terms of belts or titles or pound for pound rankings, there's bigger fights this year as a whole, but nothing has quite generated the same type of buzz, as this weekend's fight coming up between Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia. Two stars on the kind of Twitter space and Instagram space, both Showtime and DAZN, obviously in the mix for this fight as well. Two different networks coming together to make this fight happen. If you're a boxing fan, we all know that's been the bane of existence for us over the last 2 decades or so, making networks come together. And I believe Showtime's All Access show has generated almost 6 million views on YouTube alone over the last week. So this is a bona fide mega fight and all but name. Both guys undefeated, both guys knockout artists. And, both guys need to be commended for making this fight, getting this fight over the line as well, especially Ryan Garcia. Whether he can see something in Tank's style that he can potentially exploit, who knows? But he's been the one chasing this fight for a couple of years now, agreed to all the demands. So, yeah, full credit to both men for making this fight happen. And, as you said, really looking forward to this one in Vegas on Saturday night.
Yeah, I think if you're a boxing fan, this one should be a great one. Even if you're just a fan of the pomp and circumstance, just the talking back and forth that these guys have been doing on social media have added to it a little bit. So we need a little something to place on, Kevin. How are we going to be betting this one for maybe even some more casual fans who plan on tuning in this Saturday?
Well, Gervonta Davis, look, he's such an unusual fighter in the ring, very low volume. He's almost like a sniper in there. He actually throws the fewest number of punches per round in the entire sport. He throws just 34.2 on average. But when he does land, it's like a thunderbolt. That low output more than offset by Davis owning boxing's #1 power connect percentage, colossal 47.6% on average. So, this fight really all comes down, in my opinion, to how Ryan Garcia sets up in there, because, we know what Tank's going to do from the outset. He's a very cerebral fighter. He takes a few rounds to try and work an opponent out. So a lot of observers feel that the best time to potentially beat Tank, the best way to potentially beat Tank, I should say, is early on. Because like other high-level technicians in the sport, you think of guys like Floyd Mayweather, Alexander Usyk, Andre Ward, most of their problems in fights came early. So with Ryan Garcia's speed and power, especially, Tank should find it very difficult to time those shots coming in against him early in this one. That approach is kind of lent some weight by the fact Joe Goosen, Ryan Garcia's trainer, has tended to let the shackles off his fighters in the past. He's more of an offensive-minded trainer, kind of like Freddie Roach does. He believes in, utilizing the main strengths of his fighter, and, that's certainly Ryan Garcia's speed and power in this fight. However, while that may potentially be Garcia's best chance of a stoppage, let's say, in this fight, if he wants to finish Tank, I'm expecting a bit more of a sedate pace to start in this one. Ryan Garcia has a huge height and reach advantage over Gervonta Davis in this fight. And, with the fact Davis isn't very active in there either, the smart strategy may well be to try and bank rounds here on Saturday night. I have no doubt that bar a knockout shot, just by going by styles alone, Ryan Garcia should be banking rounds just based on activity levels. So, well, it's always a dicey play, giving out an over on 2 knockout punchers. I think 7.5 is just a little bit too low here. And I do expect this fight to make it, in and around the championship round. So over 7.5 rounds for me is a free play in this one. But obviously we got the big 5% prop play up for this weekend.